Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. I recorded this video before and it didn't save or it got corrupted or I just never hit record. So I'm doing it again, but with more energy and higher hopes this time. Now we're going to be looking at movies that I consider disturbing. I'm very excited to make this video because I don't necessarily find these movies scary, but I kind of want to talk about them. So I'm going to use this avenue to do it. Now these movies might be disturbing, but the thing that disturbs me the most is the fact that you haven't eaten yet. And with today's sponsor, they make it easier to eat. This video is sponsored by Factor. Let's be real guys, life is busy. Between work, errands, and everything in between, finding time to cook a good, healthy, balanced meal can feel impossible. And if you're like me and you're editing in the booth for 6 hours a day, you gotta find the time to get your protein in and eat some good food. That's why I am working with Factor. A game changer when it comes to eating fresh, delicious, and nutritious meals without the hassle. With over 35 meals to choose from every week, including keto, calorie smart, vegan plus, veggie, and protein plus, Factor makes it easy to eat well without the hassle. And if you need something quick and easy, they've got over 60 add-ons like breakfast, snacks, and smoothies to keep you fueled all day long. And if you want to upgrade your meal game, you want to go a little bougie, Factor's Gourmet Plus meals feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and truffle butter. No Nicki Minaj. It's restaurant quality food without ever leaving your house. And plus, their plans are totally flexible, so you can adjust, pause, or reschedule anytime you need. So if this all sounds good to you, click the link in the description or use the QR code here using the code ZearkMar50. That code, this QR code, and that link get you 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. Once again, that's ZearkMar50, or click the link in the description or scan this QR code. Do not wait, fuel your goals today. And genuinely guys, honestly, I love Factor. I order their boxes all the time and I really do approve this message. Definitely check out Factor. All right, let's get on to the movies. Sorry guys, I have to pay the bills. Let's get into these disturbing movies. Going forward, there will be spoilers in this video for 2 movies, but I will not be talking about spoilers for this first one. And that would be the remake of The Hills Have Eyes. I know what you guys are going to say. I did talk about this in a horror movies that are actually scary video, but I feel like it fits so well in here because it was one of the first movies that truly actually disturbed the hell out of me. Now, I would like to preface this with saying that Wes Craven's film is still disturbing, but this remake takes that movie and cranks it to like 100,000, dude. Let me just double check that I'm actually recording real quick. And I feel like the disturbance that came from this film particularly came from the trailer / home invasion scene in this movie. And because I don't want to get my channel absolutely demonetized, I'm going to be tiptoeing around some of this, but I will be describing what happened. Just to give you some background information, The Hills Have Eyes is basically a family goes out in the desert with their trailer and they're kind of just camping out there, feeling the vibes. And then all of a sudden, these cannibal mutants come up and just ruin their whole entire night. That's the premise of the film. It's basically the forest, just minus the plane crash and the fort. Never mind, it's not like the forest. And what happens in the trailer scene is that this innocent family is just in their trailer, hiding out. And the mutants invade the trailer. They attack the family in one of the most shocking home invasion sequences I've ever seen in any horror film ever. In this scene, the father is crucified and he is burned alive. Dude, I'm not getting monetized. Let's just accept it, guys, all right? The mother is then ended and the teenage daughter is essayed by one of the mutants while the other family members watch helplessly. And then to top it off, the newborn child is stolen. They just steal the baby and dude, that scene is absolutely horrifying to watch. Overall, this movie is super disgusting, super gory. I really do recommend that you watch it. Actually, I don't know if I should recommend it. The movie is really messed up, but if you like messed up movies, then check it out, you little freak. Let's get on to the next film. Next up is Megan is Missing. And guys, the title says disturbing, not good. Some of these movies are fucking dog shit. Megan is Missing is one of those movies. This movie is boring as hell up until the last 20 to 30 minutes of the film where the disturbing things really happen. And because I genuinely do not like this movie and I do not care for it, so I'm going to give you a basic rundown of my own interpretation of the story without reading the official synopsis. This is the Zeark synopsis. And although this movie is not good, I did find the ending pretty disturbing and pretty deranged, and this movie did not need to be made. So basically, there's a girl named Megan and her friend. They were both underage females. Keep that in mind, they are underage. Megan is talking to some dude online. She says, I like this dude, you know, maybe him and I could be boyfriend and girlfriend one day. And her friend is like, you know what? I don't really know if that's a good idea. We don't even know this guy. Maybe he's 45 years old and he's going to kidnap you and put you in the basement and I'm going to come looking for you. And then things are going to happen to both of us. This is definitely not foreshadowing. Anyway, Megan is like, nah, like he's chill. Like I fuck with him. They start talking and he's like, yo, Megan, we got to meet up one day. Me and you, we got to link. We got to make this official. We got to make this real. So they meet up and Megan goes missing. There's the title card. And her friend is, where's my Megan at? You know, I got to go find her. That's my best friend. Basically leading her to her death, she finds Megan just in a barrel. Megan's dead. But before that, there is a super prolonged scene where, what was the guy's name? Josh or something? The guy that she was talking to online. I'm just going to call him Josh. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Josh essays Megan's friend for, I don't even know how long the scene is. I could not really watch the whole entire scene. It is absolutely disgusting and depraved. I don't know why this movie was made at all. Anyway, she had nothing to do with any of this and she gets punished so disturbingly. And she's also a minor. I'm pretty sure Josh is also not a minor. I'm pretty sure he's like 20 plus. He's got to be in there. And then the infamous Megan barrel scene where Josh is like, here's Megan. She's just not alive and she's in the barrel and she looks absolutely terrifying. And then to add on to that disgustingness, there's like this little end credit scene where they do that thing where the police have obtained these images from Josh's camera. And I'm not going to lie, it's kind of disturbing. It's very disturbing. I do not recommend watching this movie. I think it's actually a hot pile of dog shit. It is not a good film. The ending is disgusting and it has no reason to be like this. I see some things online that this is a PSA. Don't talk to strangers online. I mean, sure, but by the time you watch this, you're going to be old enough to know that that's not okay. You shouldn't be doing that. And if you're a child and you see this movie, where is your parental guidance? And you're going to be traumatized for the rest of your life. So I guess maybe it would work at that point, but I do not think this movie needed to be made. There's way better ways of telling children that they shouldn't meet strangers online. And let's get into the final movie on this list. Next up is The Human Centipede 2. Now, this movie had me tweaking for a little bit after I saw it. It is a disgusting movie. I don't really remember the last time I saw something this gritty and disgusting and unrelenting in my whole entire life. I'm going to go more in depth with this one. I'm going to break it down a little bit more because I feel like there needs to be some context so you guys understand how disgusting this is if you've never seen the film or the first one. And I'm pretty sure there's 3. I haven't seen the 3rd one though. So Human Centipede 2 takes place in our universe where the first movie came out. The film follows a character named Martin. He is a disturbed, socially isolated man who works as a night security guard in a parking garage in London. He is obsessed with the first movie. He watches it on repeat in his nasty ass, small, dark apartment that he shares with his abusive mother. He keeps a scrapbook filled with images from the movie and dreams of creating his own human centipede, but on a larger scale. To make this movie even more disturbing, he's completely like non-verbal. He talks through grunts and heavy breathing, and it just really adds this uneasiness to his character. So, you know, Martin, he's an ambitious dude. He's an entrepreneur. He sees the Wolf of Wall Street. He becomes a stockbroker. He watches the human centipede. He makes a human centipede. He begins abducting people from the parking garage where he works using blunt force. I'm pretty sure it's a crowbar to knock them unconscious. His first victims include random drivers, a mother and her baby, and an actual actress from the first film, which he lures under the false pretense of a film audition, which is kind of crazy that they added this into this movie. And he stores them in this nasty, disgusting, abandoned warehouse. Now, here's the difference between Martin and the guy in the first film. So the guy in the first film was a surgeon. He did everything with surgical precision. Martin is a dude who sits in his underwear and lives in his mama's apartment. He does not know the next thing about surgery. Martin's methods are crude and they are horrifying. He uses duct tape, a staple gun, and a hammer to attach his victim's mouth to the other person's behind in a 12-person centipede. The doctor in the first film, he had relatively sanitary procedures so people don't get infections. So this thing is done cleanly. And I'm not trying to make the guy in the first film seem like a good dude, alright? I'm just giving comparisons here. Martin's version is purely chaotic, and it results in infections, excessive bleeding, and suffering for the victims. Not only that, he forcibly feeds the centipedes laxatives, leading to an intense and disgusting scene of them doing it in each other's mouths. Dude, this video is not getting monetized. And, you know, because he's not very good at this, the experiment begins to fall apart, and Martin becomes unhinged. He essays the centipede while wrapped in barbed wire in one of the film's most infamous moments. This is a disgusting scene. I'm about to fucking gag talking about it. And at the climax of the film, one of the victims' stomachs just boom, and another tries to escape, and then chaos just completely erupts. Krakatoa chaos, I guess you could say. And there's one scene in particular that I'll never forget in this movie. There's a woman who is pregnant and she's escaping, and she gets into a car. I can't remember if she gave birth in the car. I think she did. And she puts the baby on the seat, I'm pretty sure. This is sounding so deranged. And something happens that leads to the newborn baby falling down into the gas pedal area. And this was pregnant lady is really adamant on leaving the area, so she stomps on the gas pedal. You can put the two and two together. It's shown in full detail. Yeah, this movie is just fucking disgusting, dude. And there's actually a twist to this film. The film suddenly cuts back to Martin sitting in a security booth watching the original Human Centipede, so people assume that maybe he never did it. It was just a fantasy in his head. Maybe they should have kept it a fantasy, because why the fuck did they have to show that to us? Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. There are a lot more disturbing movies that I would love to talk about, and I would love to do this series again if you guys would let me. So please leave a comment. It really helps with the views. And I'm going to try to be more consistent, guys, okay? I apologize. Monster Hunter Wilds has completely taken over my time. And also, I just graduated. Hooray. I know you guys probably don't care, but anyway. So those are disturbing movies. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, great night, and goodbye.